So we pretty much play pilots in the movie. We pilot a Jaeger called Crimson Typhoon, and us three are actually piloting the robot together, so we had to be synchronized. We're neurological linked together to pilot this robot to, defend her.
Our robot is unique because it has 3 arms or so, and we represent China in the movie, so it's amazing. So we play a badass character as well. So we have our connection and chemistry together, so basically brings out the robot and how well it does it.
We definitely have a special bond. My mom kind of raised us very, very strict when we were younger, just to, go through life together. Siblings will always have your back. So yeah, we definitely have something special that, a lot of people don't have, around. So yeah.
And you always wanted to act together? I mean, this must be a unique experience.
Honestly, it just fell together. When we first started, also we did a lot of work together. We do also individual work at the same time, but on set, while having your brothers there also, it's so much more fun and enjoyable. We do a ton of things on set, so yeah, it's a lot better, I would say.
What was it like working with Guillermo?
Oh man, Guillermo del Toro is one amazing, human being. He has such an amazing creativity, and the CGI in this movie is unbelievable. He created a world that was so special, and you can really, really see it in the film. His passion for this film is he worked probably 100 times harder than anyone on set. After we filmed offset, he went back and just did more work. So it actually shows the character he is as a human being. Just strive for the better. So.
How long did it take to shoot?
It took
quite a while. So pretty much we had 2 months of training. So we're doing movement, choreography, combat. We were even doing, because we in one of the scenes we had to train for basketball. So I mean, there's a lot of training we had to do. So it was 2 months for training, and on set was about 6 months. So altogether 8 months. Altogether it was a long time.
All of it in LA?
Oh, no. Actually, Toronto. They brought every actor to Toronto. So
it was at Pinewood Studios, one of the biggest It is the biggest studio across Canada. All the set was created by Guillermo del Toro. His creativity was beyond belief. I mean, if you see this movie, you'll understand what we're talking about. It's been an amazing experience with him. He's one of the best directors in Hollywood. We couldn't ask for more.
I play Mako Mori, and she wanted to be a robot pilot since her parents were killed in an attack.
And did you have a lot of preparation for the role? Because it's a very physical role.
Yeah, I've been training many months, like boot camp, weightlifting, running on the beach, some martial arts. So it's the most intensive preparation.
Wow. And how did you get the role? I mean, it's just a dream director to work with, Del Toro. I think you met him originally through Alejandro González Inarritu, and then he gave you a direct offer. You didn't audition for the...
Actually, I just asked Alejandro, and then, because I heard the rumor Guillermo was looking for a Japanese actor for the role, and then I just emailed to Guillermo, and then I'd go anywhere for audition, and then I got this role from the audition.
Wow, that's amazing. Were you excited, happy?
I'm so happy to be here. Also, it's with Guillermo, with Coaster, and then also I'm really lucky to get this role and then get amazing opportunity,
Yeah, and you look beautiful today. I love the dress you're wearing. Who's it by?
Fausto Puglisi.
I play Chuck Hansen. He's one half of the Australian Jaeger team, Striker Eureka. He's the finest pilot on the planet, the last line of defense against everything that's happening, and he's kind of a douchebag at the same time.
So tell us about the preparation you had to do for this role.
4 months of 12,000 calorie a day diets, 4 to 5 hour workouts 6 days a week, eating a meal every 2 hours and a meal replacement shake in between that, waking up at night every 2 hours to have something to eat. It was brutal, and I put on 40 pounds of muscle, got down to 6% body fat. I was a beast. I never took my shirt off either.
So what are you doing next after this?
We're still filming True Blood. I actually need to go off in about an hour and do a 12-hour night shoot until 7 a.m. So yeah, it's going to be pretty heavy. We're still going hard on that, and we're almost wrapped on the season.
Okay, tell us about Guillermo. What was it like working with him?
With who?
Toro.
Oh, Guillermo. A dream every single day. I'm absolutely in love with the man. He is the finest gentleman I've ever met, the finest filmmaker I've ever met. No ego, passionate. He's a wonderful human being.
How did you get the role? Tell us about the auditioning process.
Simple, regular auditions. Guillermo knew me from some auditions I'd done previously. And the main thing I think that got me the job was the fact that Max Martini had already been cast, and we look a hell of a lot alike.
Very alike.
Very, very
Wow.
alike. So when Guillermo saw me, it was like, okay, yeah, that works.
His name is Hannibal Chow. He wears 24-karat gold shoes, and he's a war profiteer. What else do you need to know?
Oh, I know. Well, you worked a lot with Guillermo. What is it like working with him? Especially this was such a different film for him, different genre.
It's a pleasure to work with him. He's one of the most imaginative, brilliant, original filmmakers to ever, do this.
My name is Robert Maillet, and I play a Russian pilot, Alexis Kazinsky. He's part of the Russian team who pilots the huge robot, the Jaegers, called Eternal Alpha. And we're the Russians. And there's me and my co-pilot, who's played by Heather Dirksen. She plays Sasha. We could be husband and wife, or sisters or brother. I'm not sure. It's not really. You'll let the audience find that out.
And what kind of preparation did you have to do for this role?
A lot of physical stuff, a lot of physical preparation, a lot of training. Weight training to get in shape. Also a lot of choreography as well. We had a dance instructor. This is weeks before we started filming. Because if you see the film, or you've seen the trailers, two pilots control the robots. And it's all synchronized because the two minds are kind of connected, neurally connected together. So we all do stuff at the same time. So of course, it takes practice and rehearsals to get training, to get chronology, basically trying to get synchronized. And it was tough at first because at first it was easy looking at yourself at the mirror, but when you're on set, we had the costumes on.
What are those costumes? Yeah, I was going to ask what are those costumes like.
Well, they were very awesome.
Yeah.
Huge, big.
They look awesome.
They look awesome.
They don't look very comfortable.
Not very comfortable.
They're usually not.
Very heavy, of course, and we were attached to those gimbals. They call it platforms where you shake around, and we attached to it, so very limited movement, and water cannons thrown at us and fire. So it's like a torture. The Guillermo like to call it a torture chamber. And but it was great, and it really helped us get into the characters, into the scene, because it was a lot of practical effects. Obviously, there's always be some CGI monsters.
Del Toro looks like he looks very perfectionist. Was he difficult to work with, or?
Not at all. We had a lot of takes, a lot of for one scene. The one scene that will probably be like 3-4 minutes in the film, but we took a whole day to do it. And because of the coverage, of course, different covers of cameras, technical stuff, of course, took like 12 hours to do. But he is a perfectionist. He has his particular shot he wants to do, and he'll do it, But he's such an easy man to work with. He's such a nice and very nice man, very easygoing. So he makes you feel at ease and comfortable on set. And very open mind. You can ask for your opinion and stuff. So it's great.
My name is Max Martini. I play Herc Hansen, an Australian Jaeger jockey, co-pilot with my son, Rob Kazinsky, who's walking up the line here.
And what kind of preparation did you have to do? Because it's a very physical role.
They got us about 4 or 5 months ahead of time. We were with a weight trainer. I was with a dialect coach. I was learning the Aussie accent. And then we got to Toronto. We did a lot of character work. There's a lot that goes into it before you actually get to camera, and Guillermo had been working on it for what seemed like years.
How did you get the role? Because, as an actor, it must be a dream director to work with. Can you tell us about the process, like your audition? Or?
Yeah, Guillermo is one of my all-time favorites. Pan's Labyrinth was a masterpiece.
I was just talking about that today. I loved it.
So I was really excited. I saw the Hellboys. I loved those. I was just like I said, he brings this kind of independent filmmaking to these big budgeted films, and I wanted to be a part of that, and I wanted to be a part of his imagination and take that ride with him.
So were you really excited auditioning for him?
Well, let me tell you. So I went in and I gave him my license. It was very top secret. And they gave me this little piece of dialogue, and I read it, and I didn't tell my wife. I got called.
Oh, it was a cold read.
It was a cold read, yeah. There was no prep time.
Oh, wow.
And I got called about 3 months later, and they said, you got it. And come in and read the script. So I gave them the license again. I read the script. It was one of the leads. And I was in this room, in this office at Warner Brothers, on my knees, thanking God for this film. I was so excited. And I mean, this is, oh my God, this is the best moment of my life. So, yeah.
Wow, well, I'm so happy.
Yeah, thank you.
But it was a long production. Tell us about the production.
We shot for 6 months. We were in Toronto. We pretty much had the whole, I think we had about 10 sound stages. It was a huge production. And it's been about a 1.5 years wait to get to this point, so.
He called me one day and he said he had this role that he wanted to fan out for me. And he told me not to read the original script because it had only 2 lines. So I laughed. I said, he's just being humble. I'm going to get the script and read it anyway so I can get a lay of the land. And then when I read the script, I'll kind of have an idea. And he was right. It was 2 lines.
Well, no, because I heard a lot of the actors, they got direct offers. Not everybody auditioned, so that must have been.
Yeah, he knows what he wants. He literally does. And he's so prepared, too. It's like there's very little room for, and you'll have your creative time to do what you need to do, but he really knows exactly what's going on. Everything's pre-lit. It's been pre-decided. On occasion, he might play with something, but not too often, which is what Hitchcock did. It's all storyboarded. He said the boring part was actually shooting.
How did you prepare for your role?
I built a bunch of robots.
Did you spend time in like a lab and wearing
I got like robots for dummies. I got books on robotics. But this is really a world that's unique to Guillermo. So there was the stuff that I studied really came from the screenplay in of itself. The research on that. But that said, it was still there's a lot of stuff that just came out of his fantastic imagination.